What the is that? What the is that, a cat? Hey, don't look at me like that. That's a weird looking cat.
Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and today we are going to be going through the 10 worst villagers in Animal Crossing New Horizons. We already went through some of the best, but now it's time to go through the villagers that make you go,
Jesus Christ.
why are you in this game? Why are you on my island? Please leave. These villagers are unsightly and just generally unpleasant all around, and we're going to pinpoint why when we go through each one of them. My criteria for this list will be based mostly on their looks, but I will be taking into account their personalities if it's bad enough to push them onto this list. And just a quick ground rule before we start, I'm limiting my picks to 2 per species. I'm going to spare the sheep a little bit. God, so gross. Get them out of here! Also, if you could, leave a like and subscribe. It really helps a lot and I'd really appreciate it. Now, apparently according to some people, I'm pretty good at picking the ugly villagers. So I think this is going to be a good list. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the number 10 spot, we have Billy the Goat. Billy, he just has a face. It's just a face because he's barely got anything going on. And honestly, like, that sounds so generic, but it's the best way to describe him. He's got these 2 squinty eyes and this stupid little hair and a little mouth that's just, it's not pleasant. Billy is almost mundane enough to avoid being on this list, but this is a perfect example of someone's personality making them worse than they look. If you take a look at Billy, he looks kind of like an old man. He should be quiet, maybe grumpy, secluded. No, apparently Billy is a jock villager. This guy is gonna be telling you about his protein shakes and how many crunches he did today. No, I'm not believing that for a second. If you're gonna look like this with your raggedy torn clothes and your boring face, then you probably should have a personality that fits that. Billy's very mundane design and terrible personality are why he had to make this list. And at the number 9 spot, we have Jitters the bird. Jitters has a very strange green, yellow, and blue color scheme, but that's not the most noticeable thing about Jitters. Let's take a look at the guy's eyes. He looks like he's drugged out. Let's not sugarcoat it. If you saw this guy standing in a field alone, in the dark, at your island, you're telling me you wouldn't be freaked out? This dude's freaking beady eye. It's like, why did they have to put those rings around his eyes? I don't understand. They made him look crazy. I just don't want to be terrified every time I'm strolling about my island, just trying to catch some fish, just enjoying myself. Have Jitters stroll over with his freaky eyes trying to extort my kidneys. These eyes that just make him look like he took illegal substances in the bathroom at the Circle K. I could see Jitters being funny as a novelty, but to have him live on my island? Not a chance. Interestingly enough, Jitters is also a jock villager, so maybe he's been crushing too much pre-workout and that's why he looks like that. But regardless, I'm just not a fan. So between Jitters' ugly color scheme and his freaky coked out eyes, that's why he had to make the number 9 spot. And at the number 8 spot, we have Tabby the cat. Tabby is based off of the Tabby breed of cat, which are super adorable. Here's a tabby cat. Here's a tabby cat. Here's Tabby.
Gross.
What did they do to you, girl? Tabby has this mouth that looks like the grill of a car and a pig nose. Does someone want to explain how that makes sense? This is not a good combination. She's very tough to look at, and on top of her pig nose and car grill mouth, she has a peppy personality, which just doesn't fit. They had an opportunity to make a very cute tabby cat, and instead they created a terrifying monster. Tabby is a perfect example of being distinguished in all of the wrong ways. Her weird mouth, pig nose, and awful personality are all reasons why she made the number 8 spot. At the number 7 spot, we have Dobie the Wolf. Dobie is extremely old looking, and he's very grumpy. He's not like the cute, fun kind of old looking. He's the kind of old where it's like, hey, don't go trick-or-treating at the guy's house, I heard he kidnaps kids. Kind of old. I just don't know what they were thinking with this design. Having Dobie on my island would make me feel like I need to shut my lights out at 8 o'clock, or this guy's gonna come knocking on my door with his cane, asking why I'm still up playing that loud hippity hop music. And guess what? I don't like that. He's just not a nice guy to look at, and he's got a cranky personality, which fits his look actually, but I just don't want to feel like I'm playing Animal Crossing Senior Citizens, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Hey-o! Anyway, there's not too much in depth to say about Dobie. He just looks old, and I'm just not a fan of it. And I'm sure most others are not a fan of it as well. Show me the Dobie dedication Reddit. If you could show me that, I'll be freaking shocked. Dobie's old face and cranky personality are why we had to put him at the number 7 spot. And at the number 6 spot, we have Ricky the Squirrel. Ricky has these very strong, prominent eyebrows that point downward that make him look like he's really pissed off all the time. Ricky, who pissed you off, man? You have these big eyes that could probably be so cute, but then you get these Anthony Davis eyebrows that make you look like you want to chop my head off every time I walk by you. Huh? What did I do? What, did someone owe you money? Do I owe you money, Ricky? Did I forget something? Don't break my legs, Ricky. And along with his snarly mouth, it all comes together into this ball of pissed off anger. And I don't like that. I don't want to be just minding my own business and have Ricky walk over looking like I just did something inappropriate with his girlfriend, you know what I'm talking about? There's a lot of potential with Ricky. He's got this cool blue stripe that goes down his forehead, but that mean mug is too much to get over. And that's why I had to put him at the number 6 spot. And at the number 5 spot, we have Barold the Cub. Barold, you're just strange looking, brother. Barold has these really tiny eyes and what look to be like glasses, and just the strangest lips I've ever seen in this game. The choice to give him human-like lips was just strange. And to pair it with this caveman-like shirt that he wears that just doesn't fit him at all, I just don't understand where they were going with Barold's design. He's just a strange looking guy, but I feel like the fixes would be so easy. Someone tried to fix his design and it's actually pretty simple. All they did was make his eyes a little bigger and remove that weird mouth of his. And he looks actually kind of normal. But sadly, that's just not how he is. Nobody wants this guy on their island. I'm pretty sure he'd try to sneak a kiss with those gross lips of his if you weren't looking.
Imagine a time you just go kiss someone. Oh! No! Stop! What the dude? Gee!
And I'm not having that. And neither should you. Barold's terribly ugly design is why we had to put him at the 5 spot. Alright you guys, we're getting into some pretty big hitters now. At the number 4 spot, we have Pietro the Sheep. Not too much to analyze with this one. Pietro is a clown sheep. Didn't know I was playing Animal Crossing, Circus Time, Funland, Creepy Murder Town, because that's what Pietro makes me think of when I see him. He's got this clown face with the hard eyes and the colorful balloon freaky circus tent type clothing, and it's all just so freaking weird, man. I know Pietro has a cult following with like people that actually like him, but I don't get it. Pietro's a novelty to me where if I visit someone's island I could have a good laugh, but to have him stay on my island I would be petrified every time I walked outside just in case I might run somewhere and see him. Yeah, I'm not a fan. The reasons for hating Pietro are pretty obvious, and I'm sure the hatred is shared by a lot of you as well, and for good reasons. Pietro's terrifying clown design is why he had to make the number 4 spot on my list. And at the number 3 spot, we have we have Jambette the Frog. Okay, here we go again. Distinguished for completely the wrong reasons. Why are her lips like this? I just don't understand. There is such an easy fix to making Jambette look somewhat normal. Just make her lips smaller. Unfortunately, Jambette's lips cover up half of her face. You thought Barold's lips were bad? Nuh-uh. Give her the crown. Oh my god. She also has these eyes that convey to me that she thinks she's like hot stuff or something. Jambette, I hate to tell you, no one's looking at you for any good reason, I promise. If you're getting a lot of stares when you're going down the street, it's because someone gave you a botched lip job. It's kind of bad. It's kind of gross, I don't know. And I know most of my analysis for Jambette focused on her gigantic lips, but I mean, what else is there to talk about with Jambette? Jambette the Frog. Give her the lips. She's got lips. That's it. Anyway, Jambette's very ugly design is why we had to put her at the number 3 spot. Oh boy, here we go. Oh, it's getting hot in here now. Jesus Christ. At the number 2 spot, we have Bella the Mouse. Okay, again, very obvious, Bella. What's going on here? Angry eyes, weird hair, yellow hair patch here. Mouth. What's going on with your teeth? Why do you look like you want to do meth all the time and then stab me? I don't like it. There's nothing wrong with like having some flaws, but God, Bella, what the hell did they do to you? And to push it further, she has this skull shirt that just intensifies her look, her already very intense look that says, hey, I want to beat your face in. Bella is very scary looking, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with me, and for that reason, we had to put her this high at the number 2 spot. And finally, at the number 1 spot, we have Muffy the Sheep. Jesus! Muffy has this black and purple gothic look going on, contrasted by a very pale white face, and on top of that face, the most disgustingly, awfully terrifying blue eyes I've ever seen in my life. I had someone comment on my video that Muffy actually made them cry because of how rude and scary she was, and I get it. Muffy was an easy number 1 pick. I didn't even have to think about it. For anyone who sees Muffy is going to move on to their island, that is a quick reset no matter what you can do. The sheep are already the worst species in the game, and to be the worst sheep by a long shot in a group of the worst species has to say something. Muffy's terrifying design and her very rude personality is why she had to make the top spot on my list. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you agreed with a lot of the list. I think that picking the worst villagers compared to the best villagers is a little less subjective because these villagers do stick out for a lot of the wrong reasons. And although some of them might be loved by some, I would say generally their strange designs and most of the time bad personalities are valid reasons for them to be the worst villagers. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, and let me know if I missed any villagers or included any villagers that shouldn't have been on this list. Hope you all have an amazing day, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.